How was made the Caucasian race? Let's deal with it. Job power. Be king. Get free or die. All right. We always talking about black people and our origin or whatnot, and we gonna deal with that too. This is right here how it was made, the Caucasian race, and then we'll do how it was made the African race. All right, and it's about I think about 25 slides for y'all real quick, but we gonna deal with some science, family. I like science, I like facts and or whatnot. And I ain't gonna be in on the whole presentation. You see what I'm saying? Because I got maps and stuff I want to show y'all right quick that we gonna have to deal with, and I'm gonna have to move me, out the frame. And so, what is a Caucasian family? See, we talk so much again about who black people is and what we is or whatnot, and then some people like to talk about, what the white people do and our relationship with white people and white people relationship to Africa and all that. So let's bust it down. Who are these people really? And like I said, we'll deal with the how was made the African people. You see what I'm saying? The root. We'll deal with that later. Right now, we're gonna deal with these people. And so I'm gonna give a quick little overview right quick of what we're gonna be talking about in this presentation right here. You see what I'm saying that I got for y'all. And so, people like to say, if you bust, and I'm gonna bust it down, Caucasian, Asian. What that let you know right there, they from Asia. They origin is Asia. You see what I'm saying? And the Cauc is the Caucasus Mountains. But I'm going to show you where they come, from past the Caucasus Mountains on into Russia, what they call, Eastern Europe and the Eastern European or whatnot. And so, let me see what this next slide is, and I can see, okay, I can stay in right here. And so, right here, what you seeing, and I can blow it up a little bit, I suspect. What you seeing is an albino Dravidian. This is an albino Dravidian. This is what you seeing right here. Now, you couldn't tell these people from no different than the people in the United States. Now, we know black people can have albinos, right? Which showing, the evolution of white people and how they, merged from black. But really, they didn't, come from the blacks from Africa, okay? They came from the blacks of Asia. And I'm going to bust that down for you right quick. You see what I'm saying? They came from the blacks in Asia. Because if you look at the blacks in Africa, they have albino children, but their hair still be nappy, all right? That's a genetic trait, because that's what we're talking about tonight, genetics. And if you look at them, they got straight hair. You see what I'm saying? Now, if imagine these people they already just look like, regular, Americans or England and all that. They still regular look like them. You see what I'm saying? Now, let me go to the next slide because we still dealing with the albino Dravidian. Now, here go one up close. You see what I'm saying? Here go one up close. The albino Dravidian right there. And see, these people is some of the same people that they call that's in the Middle East. See what I'm saying? They came down 2,000 years ago with the General Alexander, the Greek or whatnot. They came down with him into North Africa. See what I'm saying? And I'm going to show y'all. Now look, here go some children right here. Again. You see they have straight. You see what I'm saying? You see the little African baby showing you some contrast. But you see these children right here, these are, come from black parents But from Asia though. See, these are albino Dravidians. All right. Again, an albino Dravidian. You see what I'm saying? The loss of pigment. See what I'm saying? The lack of melanin. You see what I'm saying? All right. And see, you see the Indians in the north are lighter skinned, and the Indians in the south in India are darker skinned. You see what I'm saying? And then you see them, and then you look and you say, well, some of that gotta be weather. And it's weather and genetics. Because you can see, you know, these type of people don't live in the tropics. They live in the colder areas. And I'm gonna show y'all that above that north 30 lateral degree that I will be talking about sometime. Now, let's keep rolling. Again, an albino Dravidian. Albinism is the origin of the so-called pink or white pigment. All right. All right. And you can see this guy right here. If you dropped him in America, they're just a regular old white man. You see the blue eyes or whatever. But he from India. He from India. Again, some more albino Dravidians. Right there. More albino Dravidians. So I'm showing you the Caucasian. And then we gonna deal with the Eurasian. You see what I'm saying? Way out there in the coals of Russia or whatnot. Mount Cold. Mount Freezer. Again, here go these Europeans. Now, what's the difference between that one and that one and them? You see what I'm saying? Ain't no difference. It's just the one on the left look more Eastern European, down up there by Russia or whatnot. Then the other one in the middle look more, you know, Asian or look more Caucasian. And we're going to talk about the Neanderthal. The Neanderthal. See what I'm saying? I'm going to show you the proof where African people don't have no Neanderthal blood nowhere on the planet. You see what I'm saying? They are the ancestors. They are the descendants of the Neanderthal. You see what I'm saying? They come from the Neanderthal. Every European on this planet, or so-called European, or Asian, over there in Asia, the little slant-eyed ones too, all of them got the Neanderthal gene. Facts. All right, again, here goes some more. You see the Indian, Eastern looking European, Jew looking one. Then you see the Slavic, Russian looking one. And then you see the American looking one or whatnot, or the British looking one or whatnot. Now, the myth of the all-white race. Now, we going to deal with the myth of the white African. That's going to be my Christmas present for y'all. That's why I pulled that one. You see what I'm saying? That's why I had pulled that one, you know, out the slides or whatnot. You know, I pulled down that flyer or whatnot so I could say before the Christmas time. Now, see, this actual lecture we doing right here is a part of the myth of the white African. You see what I'm saying? It's a part of it. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, we ain't going to be able to get into the myth of the white Africa again. I'm saving it. So when y'all see that flyer go up, it'll be on about the 22nd or the 23rd. I haven't decided on which day. When y'all see that flyer go up, you know that's going to be a class. You know that. Matter of fact, like, subscribe, and share this video right now. Send that out there. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just warming y'all up for that meal for the white African. But you see, you know, you got this meal for the white race. See, they're, you know, uniform or unite on that white scheme. You know what I'm saying? Which black people scared to do, don't want to do. They want to be in all these little, you know, separate groups or whatnot. What you got there from them? You see what I'm saying? The little Germanic tribes up there in Europe and shit, the French and all the little Scandinavians and shit, the little scandalous tribes. You see what I'm saying? They was fighting against the Greeks and the descendants of the Greeks and Romans, which was the little destructive Europeans or whatnot. What's their name? I'm gonna think of them in a minute. The little Roman Empire. You see what I'm saying? The Vandals or whatnot. The little Roman Empire, what the Eastern Roman Empire and shit. See what down there in Turkey or whatnot. And so these is them people. You see what I'm saying? These is them people though. Again, they'll get it in on, on their shit with your ass though. But look, okay, now we dealing with South Africa and shit right here. This white African man, this white South African right here, had 171 children and 49 wives. You see what I'm saying? What? What? He was in there over there getting it in. Again, these is the boys down there in South Africa. And we going to get into them more on the myth of the white Africa because they are part of them Afrikaners. You ain't African. You just not African. You just not African. You want to claim African, DNA or whatnot, or African heritage so you can keep control of the land. We ain't stupid. I mean, we ain't stupid. You can trick us sometime, but you can't trick us all the time. Period. You can't gonna trick us all the time. Get out of here. How you African? How you African? Your people come up out of Portugal and what is that? England and all that, Dutch land and all that. That's where your people came from. Just because you was born in Africa, they don't make you no African. Period. See your damn blue ass eyes and that skin color, you not no indigenous African. Period. I don't like that. And we gonna deal with that later. All right. Now, we about to get it in. Right here. Now, this Australia right here, the Aborigines. And this is that way y'all ever seen the movie Rabbit Proof Fence, where, the third generation where they can white them out, Blakey Omento them or whatnot. You see what I'm saying? Where they can white them out and they can stamp out the blackness. And so what they did, they went and took all them little African Asians down there, Aborigine land, down there, Australia or whatnot, and took them, you see what I'm saying, and took them and took them to Christian missionary, missionaries and missions or whatnot, and went in there and raped them, and Blakey Omento them. Straight whited them out. Straight whited them out. And so to stamp out the black. But these right here, see, done been mixed with them, Caucasians or whatnot. You see what I'm saying? In order to stamp out the blackness down there. And they done that shit. They did that in Egypt. They done that in the Nile Valley. Right now, they went over there, got them African women, them Arabs. And I'm going to deal with them. I'm going to deal with them. More than. Now look right here. Everybody in America, even the blacks now want to claim they got some, native or Aborigine blood, some native bloodline or whatnot. Now look, these is the Americans, the European Americans. They ain't got but 2% too. They ain't got but 2% too. Just like the blacks in America, your ass ain't got but 1 or 2%. If you lucky. If you lucky in America, white people, black people, don't matter which one it is, if you lucky that you got 2% native blood. So you not native. You not native. Period. Because some of them explorers was coming over here after, they landed in Roanoke, whatnot, Pocahontas or whatnot. Go watch that movie. When they landed in Roanoke, after the lost colony, went missing or whatnot, they started coming around saying, yo, we seen these blonde hair, blue-eyed natives. Like, what? Them y'all people. Them y'all people. We know the natives, was more of my color. Period. And we'll deal with that later. That don't mean that they indigenous neither though. Period. They come up out of Asia, and the Asian black man come up out of Africa. Period. But whether black or white, you ain't got but 1 or 2% if you lucky. The majority of y'all is just straight Africans and straight Europeans. And then you got people like me that got 1 or 2%, native blood or whatnot. See what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear nothing about you no native, white or black. All right. Uh, the makeup of Latin America right here when it comes to European blood. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of European blood in Latin America, which we know is so-called Latin America. You got a mix of the three uh continents, or the three continents: Europe, the Americas, and Africa. So they are mixed between the three. You can see that in the culture. You can see that in the food. The food African. The food African. I'm telling you, the food African. Niggas talk about tacos. That ain't nothing but some mandinka flatbread. That's sorry to bust your bubble, little Mexicans or whatnot. You ain't inventing no taco. All right. Period. I'm just crushing your dreams right there. They just crushing their little dreams. You ain't inventing none of them little soups or none of that. All them dresses y'all be wearing that come from Africa. All that dancing and all that singing y'all be doing come from Africa. Period. Just let y'all know that. All right. You not know, because they be saying, oh, we Spanish. You ain't come from no Spain. You ain't come from no Spain. Spain is white people. You go over there to Spain, they be like, oh, there go them niggas. Black as y'all, and y'all darker than me in South America, and they be talking about, oh, we Spanish. Negro, get your mind right. Get your mind right. Go over there, they'll lock you up talking about, oh, we Romans or whatnot. Man, get out of here. So you see them right here, the mestizos or whatnot, mixed Europeans and American Indians. Then you got the mulatto and the parado, which ain't nothing but African. Got a little bit of European blood. He happy. He swear he's Spanish. You see what I'm saying? Then you got the Castilles, which is 75% European and 25% American Indian. And then again, I can go back up. I started in the middle. Go back up here to the red. You got the Native Americans, and then you got the where it's blue at. You see what I'm saying? That's predominantly they just straight European. They just stayed with their own bloodline. But you see, the larger bloodline is the green and the purple or whatnot. You see what I'm saying? The ones that's done been mixed with that African. So you got a lot of, in so-called Latin America, a lot of African blood. See what I'm saying? And a lot of European blood too. They just mainly Europeans and shit down there in South America again. This right here is the Brazilian racial groups or whatnot. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm getting in the way. I might have to cut me out real quick before I start getting into these maps. But anyway, you got the white up there at the top. They about, what is that? 78%. That's crazy. Then you got 58% that's mixed. You got damn, that's pretty high. That's pretty high. That's pretty high. Then you got 31% that's European. The green is the European. Let me say that the red is the American Indian. The what is that? That yellow or what neon? That's yellow. The yellow is the African. The blue is the African, and then green, that neon green is Asian or other. But you see right there, it's a lot of African DNA in there, right there where it's blue, right there pretty small with the North African and whatnot. But you see, they still got North African blood, because they always be saying, oh man, y'all swear y'all, because we already talk about the Nile Valley in the Americas or whatnot. You see the brothers and sisters in Puerto Rico, it's from the Nile Valley. They got the blood right there. You see what I'm saying? When some of these brothers and sisters in America, I know that they got DNA from King Tut and Ramesses and, you know what I'm saying? Amenhotep and all of that. You see what I'm saying? We Nile Valley Africans. That just showing you the smaller that it is right here is the older the DNA. So they oldest DNA come up out the Nile Valley, and we know there's black. Period. Period. All right? And it'd be the same for the Africans in America. Right here, if you look. Now, if you see right here, that top line is the 30th lateral degree north. above the equator. See, with above the equator. And then you see the 30th latitude degree south is the tropics, where you see all that red. That's where the Europeans and shit can survive. They can't survive in the tropics. So you see right down Ethiopia and all of Africa. See, even in South Africa, got the highest, one of the highest. Let's move it over. One of the highest skin cancer rates, was showing you that the so-called Afrikaners is not indigenous to Africa. Period. And the same thing. Then they be saying Spain ain't considered European. I'm like, hold on, y'all consider North Africa European, but you don't consider Spain? See what I'm saying? That little part of Spain that's closest to Africa, Tunisia, and all of that. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to show you them. But the Europeans can't survive in those hotter climates. If they do, Israel is another one that got a high skin cancer rate. Now, right here is the genetic makeup of the regions of the globe. I'm about to dip out, family, because I'm getting in the way of my lecture and shit. Hold on, I'm about to dip out. I'm right here, though. Family. I know y'all be wanting to see me and shit, but I got to dip out because I'm getting in the way. All right, now. So you see right here are the different so-called Caucasian races or whatnot. It's the different Caucasian races. And they stem throughout the continent of Europe, so-called continent of Europe. Continent supposed to be surrounded by water on 4 sides, but I'm gonna let you slide, all right? But all the way down to North Africa, all right? This is basically what that explaining the different admixtures when it come to Europeans. And this right here is they DNA. When you do their DNA, you see these. I think these is the Arabs. Man, hold on. Is these the Arabs or these the Jews? The same thing. But look, North African, Middle Eastern. See what I'm saying? Sub-Saharan African, East African, Sub-Saharan African, Ashkenazi, and then broadly over the Europeans. So they, man, listen here, man. Y'all, the Arabs is basically just Africans with white skin, bro. Period. They basically Africans with white skin. Now, again, these is the brothers that's from Carthage, brothers and sisters from Carthage, up there in Tunisia or whatnot. You see what I'm saying? Now, they European looking today. You see what I'm saying? But you see they walking around with bows and bright bows on their head like Africans with African clothes on, with them bright colors on. See, they got a African culture, but they just got white skin. You see what I'm saying? And these is the ones that look white more than in northern Tunisia. But if you go to southern Tunisia, they get blacker and blacker and blacker as you go down there. And that's why Europe don't want to claim them. The same thing for over there in Sicily, over there in Rome, and Italy, and whatnot. Man, there's so many black people over there. You just bring them to America. See, you can't tell the difference between black people unless we start speaking. You see what I'm saying? Even you can see the difference in between the Eastern European and the Western European, though. You see what I'm saying? You can see that difference. It's not a large difference, but you can see the Eastern European over there near, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the Middle East, so-called Middle East or whatnot, they be more dark-haired and they beards be, hair be kind of curly, all right? But then the ones over there in Britain and Dutch and Wales over here, they yellow hair and blue eyes or whatnot. And they used to fight about that, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Just how, they do with skin color today. They used to fight about the skin color too. They didn't even consider them the Irish You know what I'm saying? Certain, you know, again, still today, as you can see, they don't consider all them as Europeans. You know what I'm saying? Only when it's, you know, convenient for them politically, but then they only, again, right here, all that red is European. All that burgundy and red and pink, that's all European. That's all European. But again, in them areas where they might not necessarily supposed to be at, they got them high rates of skin cancer, all right? Even if they got some African blood kind of protect. Again, here go the Ashkenazis or whatnot. Man, y'all come up out of Germany and Russia, bro, and not this science. This is, you know, because I know y'all own it, but this science. You see what I'm saying? This science, right? And when I learned I wanted to share this right here. And I'm like, hold on, I got to share this on my page. I'm like, hold on. Because, you know, y'all come up out of Ashkenazi land, man. Over past the Caucasus Mountains, man. Y'all, Mount Arab, man. That's where y'all come from. For real, brother. I'm not, that's science. That ain't me saying that this is science, all right? So I don't want nobody to get that confused. So, you look right here. You see European Romanians or whatnot, and then you see Romanians, gypsies. And as you can see, between 900 and 1100 AD, they come up out of India and go to Ashkenazi land over there. Out there by Russia and Mount Lima or whatever it is. Way back in the cold or whatnot. And that's why, you know, that you know, happened with them and Hitler or whatnot. He was like, yo, y'all basically is our people or whatnot. Y'all done turned y'all back. Man, that's just facts, man. I did that. That's history and science. All right. Again, right here go the makeup of the Ashkenazi Jews. Here go their DNA right there in Ashkenazi land or whatnot. In Ashkenazi land, right there. I mean, there it is. You know. Then you look right here. These is the Eastern Europeans. And you see, they look like Asians. Like the Indian Arab type Asians. You see what I'm saying? You see. Again, this right here is the makeup of African people. Right here. This don't even pose to be in there. So we're gonna slide past because we're gonna do that another time. I don't even know how they got it right here. Again, the Europeans and shit. Who are the Europeans? How it's made, the Caucasian race. They came from, again, recap from the start. They came from the albino Dravidians. This right here is a map of Europe and the different so-called racial groups of Europe. You see, what that sound crazy when you say that about Europeans. You see what I'm saying? Because they present it as all one race. But genetically, in reality, they mixed up just like everybody else. It's just that they done kept their bloodline, you know, more thicker. Like we just seen, I just showed the DNA, the Ashkenazi Jew, he ain't really mate with nobody. You see, he ain't really mate with nobody. He just was like, you know, doing whatever he did. But he kept his bloodline tight and you know, some of those Eastern Europeans or whatnot, man, they got African blood. They got all, you know, they basically just African and Semitic, so-called Semitic or whatnot. I don't know how we ain't Semitic and we black though, but that's another subject for another day. But again, more Europeans and shit. These are ancient Europe, so-called ancient Europeans from like 2,000 years ago or whatnot. Okay, then here go they R1A. This is their DNA makeup. It's R1A, and you see it come up out of Asia. You see it come up out of Eurasia or whatnot. So they are, you know, mixed with that Neanderthal. Again, all peoples except African people have Neanderthal DNA. That's just fact. That ain't nothing I'm saying. That's just facts. All right. So they DNA makeup and they marker is R1A coming up out of Eurasia. And you see 51 of that percent over there and 51% over there. 60, the highest concentration coming up out of age. You see 51, 63, 64, 48. You see what I'm saying? Then you go over here to Caucasus, past the Caucasus Mountains or whatnot, on up there by Russia or whatnot. You see their highest percentages. See, 51, 39, 25, 48, and 40 right there, more concentrated. And you see the other one where their origin come from, out of Asia, from the albino Dravidian, which I showed. That's where the highest concentration is. But the marker is R1A. For the Africa is E1B1A. All right, which is original. All right, and right here. Again, Europa. You see what I'm saying? Europe or whatnot. See what I'm saying? This is the markers of the Europeans and how they move. The Neanderthal from Europe went into Asia and they was mixing. You see what I'm saying? They was mixing. You see what I'm saying? And then you had albino Dravidians that was having albinos and they was mixing back with the white. See what I'm saying? They came to realize that, you know, their bloodline would be thicker with, you know, more admixture between which they own. You see what I'm saying? They couldn't go back into Africa with their light skin. You see how our brothers and sisters be, you know, with their light skin in Africa or whatnot. The sun don't treat them right. All right. Now, you look right here. These are early Neolithic Europeans, the Western European hunter-gatherer and the Yamane, or whatnot. They call him Japheth in the Bible or whatnot. So these is all these Scandinavian Germanic tribes or whatnot, all the way, you know what I'm saying, all the way from Norwegian land, all the way down to Albania, where Kim Kardashian come from, all the way, you know, Greek, Spain, or what again, Spain, y'all down there in the islands and, you know, South America, whatnot, you ain't Spanish. You ain't Spanish. You are African. They got a little Indian. You might got a little bit of European, but you still African. All right? See what I'm saying? I got to correct you on. I must correct you on that because I'm showing you it right here. You see what I'm saying? These are Europeans. All right? Again, the same thing. But you see at the top, you go the fake Egyptians, the Saudis, the Pakistanians, the Syrians, the Turks, and the Iranians, all Europeans. All Europeans. All Europeans. So what is Dr. Zahir Watts talking about when he talk about they the Egyptians? Them ain't your ancestors, them people ain't got nothing to do with it. According to this map right here, you a European. The people on the wall are African. You don't walk around with bowls on your head, Mr. Middle East man. You come from up out of the Caucasus Mountains. You came down 2,000 years ago with Alexander. The rest of y'all came down in 7th century AD with the coming to Islam. Period. There it is right here. See, all the way down to the Yugoslavians and the Georgianians and all of that. See what I'm saying? This they DNA makeup. This ain't ours. This ain't got nothing to do with, you know, with black people. We talk about the how it's made, what is a Caucasian. All right. And so again, these is the areas that's concentrated where they mainly come from, where all Europeans mainly come from. Some of them come up out of Asia and some of them come up out of Russia. But their origin is Asia, again, from the albino Dravidian, and they went, you know what I'm saying, on into the cold. The one that's up here in the cold right here near Russia is going to have heavy Neanderthal blood, too. But the ones in Asia gonna have the same amount of Neanderthal blood, which means it was some admixtures going on between those the Neanderthal, the Neolithic Europeans, and them so-called Asians or whatnot. They call them the Tamahu in the Egyptian sense. In the Egyptian sense, they call them the Tamahu. See what I'm saying? All right. Now, you look right here. You see, that's Asia right there. What's that one area where that them high ass is it the Andes or whatever? Way up there in the mountains. I'm trying to think. But y'all, Tibet, that's where Hitler and them went. And Hitler from over there, Germany and Russia and shit. Hitler and them in 1515, boy, there, see, my mind starting to work. In 1515, they went to India. All the way up into Tibet looking for their ancestors. See what I'm saying? And that's where Hitler got the swastika from. See what I'm saying? That's where he got the swastika from. The Indian got it from the Ethiopians. Period. That shows you the Ethiopian influence on Hinduism. So that show you that right there. But this story real. Go look it up. Hitler knew. And what's his boy name? His partner, his ace Boone Coon and shit. Man, let me get that man now. Gotta grab some books. There you go, right. Let me grab. Gotta grab some books. Hold on. Let me get that man name. Cause I don't know what it Walter Hirschenberg. And what's his ace Boone Coon name? His ace Boone Coon. I'm gonna pull out the Heimlich Himmler. Heimlich Himmler and shit. Done made some monkey men or whatnot. See what I'm saying? So these right here again is the Eurasians. These are some of the ancient Europeans, the Tamahu. You will see them on the walls of Egypt as the what they call the Hyksos, as the Hyksos. These are the Hyksos. Dr. Clark always say our greatest enemy comes from Western Asia. That's these people right here. See what I'm saying? And they, coming from the sea. Some of them were, was seafaring people too. See what I'm saying? But these is the people that up there, like I said, up there in Tibet and Indonesia and places like that, that Hitler and Heimlich Himmler and them went looking for the Holy Grail and looking for the origin of the great white race. See what I'm saying? Go look that story up. Boom. Here it is. There it is right there. There it is right there. There it is. See? Hold up. That's too big. See? Caucasus Mountains over there. Well, then you got all the way over there, the Yemeni Mountains and shit. What is it? The Iberian, the Iberian Peninsula, wherever that is. See what I'm saying? On in to where they is now. Period. So it's the Caucasian would be the right term, but the white race would not be, because they are mixed race of people between the Neanderthals and Northern Asians, the ones I just showed you. So we go right here. Boom. Again, there go them Eastern Asians and shit, the ones that be looking, with the Taliban and shit like that. See what I'm saying? Again, right there. Some more ancient Europeans. Now this right here is a Dravidian. This right here is the oldest Caucasian right here. See what I'm saying? Here, this is the oldest Caucasian. I be seeing some black people be talking about they Aborigines. Food. The Aborigine is a Dravidian. And they the ones, if they have a baby and they got traits of albinism in their DNA, they could produce white people. Period. I'm talking about the straight-headed white people, not our brothers and sisters with nappy hair. They still African. But the straight-headed ones is the one that they is the origin of the European. That's why Hitler went over there to India looking for them. Period. Again, some more Eastern looking Europeans and shit. See what I'm saying? That's one of them Neolithic Europeans right there. That's the Neolithic Europeans. So all of these peoples started to mix even in the ancient world. Like, yeah, they had little tribal wars, but they were starting to mix too. Again, there go that Neanderthal DNA. There it is right there. This is Neanderthal DNA. You see where it is. It ain't in Africa. It ain't in Africa. It ain't in Africa. See what I'm saying? The Neanderthal DNA come up out of Asia. Come up out of Europe. Period. Only reason why you see them over here in the Americas and places like that, again, the Dravidians, the Native Americans, Aborigines, it's from India. It's from India. They come up out of Asia. Period. Period. Yeah, they got darker skin, but as you go into different climates, and say if I have a little Neanderthal baby or whatnot, or I mean albino baby or whatnot, and it's in a cold climate, it's gonna stay light skinned. You see, it's not in the tropics, period. So they done been mixing between all those different tribes or whatnot. Is that what the last one? Yeah, that might have been the last slide. I don't know. I want to make sure because I don't want to. So they had been mixing with all them, you know, tribes or whatnot, those same little Germanic tribes. Again, right here, yeah, I forgot this was on here. Again, this is the map of the genetics of the Neanderthal. Okay, let me pull that up a little bit so I can read it. The map shows that the part of the human genetics that have been Neanderthal DNA in the blue of the ancestral version of these genetics may have been helped by modern humans. See what I'm saying? So some of those, again, those so-called Homo sapiens or Homo sapiens or whatnot had done mixed. The ones over there in Asia, the ones over there, the blacks in Asia, had started mixing with the Neanderthal at some point in time too. Again, here go the proof right here. See what I'm saying? If y'all don't understand DNA, y'all got to get in here and study this shit. Again, this the Neanderthal right there. Now, if you could just take that man right there and put him some clothes on and just drop him off in Houston, Texas somewhere, he wouldn't be no different than any other European. And that's the Neanderthal. He just would be one of them big burly Europeans and shit like Brock Lesnar or some shit. You see what I'm saying? He wouldn't be no different than any other European, right? See what I'm saying? They, you know, and some of them joke about being Neanderthals. I done heard them say, period. White people I have heard, I'm telling you, some of y'all might not like when they, you know, call that fact out on y'all, but it's the truth. Again, the Ashkenazis and the Khazars and all that, they all come up out of Germany, man. Look right there to see the little circle with the Bankay Mountains in Germany or whatnot. Then they went out from Germany into the British Isles and all of that. Then you know, in all over. You see, all over. You see what I'm saying? That's their origin, Germany and shit like that, up there in them cold ass mountains and shit. These are the different races of Europeans, the different look or the different phenotypes of all the so-called Europeans, the so-called Neanderthal man. All right. This is the regions of Europe that will identify these Neanderthals or these what they call Cro-Magnon men or what they call the Caucasian or whatnot. Again, the same thing. And these is the areas again that they Scottish, the Welsh, the English, the European, the other white races, Albanians and Greeks and Croatians and Gypsies and Italians and all that, Turkish. It's all there, baby. And look right here again. These is where the European races are concentrated at, or what they call the Caucasians today, according to DNA. This is where they come from. This is where they mainly at today in the world. You see what I'm saying? You might can dot down there a little bit of dots in, South Africa down there, but that's not y'all origin. Y'all come from up there in the red. Y'all don't come from nowhere where the white is. All right, all right. Again, these is the different looks and phenotypes of the Europeans. You see what I'm saying? This is what they look like. You see what I'm saying? The Turkish ones and the gypsy looking ones, and the one number 8 right there look like a Dravidian, albino Dravidian. If you can look at him and then you look at the Dutch looking one or whatnot and all that, these is all considered Europeans and shit. All right. Then you look right here, 6 to 8,000 years ago is when they come truly on the scene as the Eurasian Caucasoid race. Right there, man. Period. This is when they come on right here. And so that's the end of that right there, family. Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed that. This was how it's made, the Caucasian or Caucasoid race. So I don't want to hear nothing about, I be hearing black people talking about we the original Romans and Greeks and all that. For one, it wasn't never at that time, it wasn't even called Greece and Rome. See what I'm saying? So y'all got to correct that on how you word and how you say that we the original Greeks and Romans. How's we the original Greeks and Romans? And at that time, it wasn't even no original Greece and Rome. We know we went up there. If y'all go look at the documentary, right? It's a documentary out there. I think it's called The First Man or Homo sapien. It might be just called Homo sapien or something like that. Go look at it. Matter of fact, I got to put that up here for y'all. I'm going to go put that up there for y'all, yo. I'm going to play the whole documentary for y'all. It's about an hour long. And it showed how the Africans left Africa. And then they never came back. And then you see more Africans leaving after that ice age and shit calmed down. And the polar ice started to melt. You see the Africans go up into Europe, and they start seeing these big ass footprints and shit. Like, what the fuck is monsters and shit out here? And it be them Neanderthals. See what I'm saying? But those were, they're coming up out of Asia. But again, those black ones that went up in there died up in that cold climate. There is stories out there that the Africans that had albino children and they were seeing what the sun was and they couldn't survive in those hot climates, took some of their children there so they would better be suited to survive in their area. And once they got there, them Neanderthals and shit was there. You see what I'm saying? And so at the time went on, the black ones ended up dying off, but the albinos made it within themselves. And at some point in time, those albinos, whether they was from Eurasia, whether they had done, been albinos that was taken there from Africa, however they went, they some point in time mixed with the Neanderthal. And that's why you see uh the straight hair gene. That's where it come from. That's where it come from. It come from the Neanderthal. So if you got straight hair out here in the world, that's Neanderthal hair. It don't matter if you in India, America, Europe, wherever that hair is straight, that's that Neanderthal hair. Period. Period. That's a trait of a Neanderthal. Because if you look at some of the again, the Africans that left first, their hair was nappy. Period. Their hair was nappy. You see what I'm saying? Hair don't degrade fast as y'all think. Sometimes you can get into that hair and it still be there after 40,000 years or something like that. You see what I'm saying? 10,000 years, it still be there. And you can, it's heavy DNA tracing in their hair. They can tell in your hair about what, you know, if you've been taking some type of medicine or some type of drugs or something, they can tell that by just your hair. You see what I'm saying? And see, again, no African people never made it with the Neanderthal. It was the Afro-Asian that had been in Asia. At some point in time, they mixed with that Neanderthal, which created the current white race that we see today. You see what I'm saying? And as they, again, keep their bloodlines thick, they just kept mating and mating and mating with each other. And this is who you see right now today. But you see all of them have high cancer rates. They have pre-existing cancer cells in their body already. And the deficiency of those Neolithic Europeans, the Neanderthal, all of them are some of the same traits that white people suffer with today. Some of those sicknesses, heart failure and all of that, some of those deficiencies from those ancient and Neanderthal Europeans exist in the Europeans today. You see what I'm saying? So some of the problems that they have with health is because it's the reason why some of those people died off. You see what I'm saying? Those people died off. You see what I'm saying? The European that you see today is, you know, the highest European that has ever been genetically. You understand what I'm saying? With their R1A or whatnot, that's the highest, you know, European that you're going to see. All right? So, hope y'all like this lecture, family, right here. Again, Myth of the White African. I'm going to do it either on the 22nd or the 23rd. Probably be around about 7:30. You see what I'm saying? I'll put the flyer back up here probably tomorrow or something like that. I don't want to leave it up here too long. Because y'all know how they do. They'll try to come jump in when I come. Oh, man, I'm going to do one when he do one. You see what I'm saying? But y'all like, subscribe, and share. Thumb up the video. See what I'm saying? Drop out. Be king. Get free or die. Heavy is the head to wear the crown.